Good evening and welcome to Rory Talks Football, your daily Arsenal news updates and my opinions. Today we have the Brighton preview. We've also got Arteta's press conference reaction to that, updates on Saliba and Zinchenko, a little update on Rice again, as is always, and an interesting one about Simakan, Mohamed Simakan from RB Leipzig. A little transfer rumor about him, and of course, guess the Gooner. If you were on the previous stream, I apologise. My PC died. 30 seconds into the stream. Fantastic start to this Friday evening. Terence, SS9, Jakob, Jake, Logan, Daniel, Joel, Dominic, good to see you. If you're on the TikTok stream, feel free to head over to my YouTube channel, Rory Talks Football. Get involved in the chat on YouTube. The PC bottled the stream like Arsenal did the league. Steady Stan. Everyone like the stream? Yes. Please do like the stream. If Cedric was an internet, yeah. Absolutely. Give it away for free. That is my idea. Give it away for free. But look, big one. It is a Friday evening. We are at the end of the week. And Edward, Henry, good to see you. How long have you been doing these streams? I feel like you've grown a lot since I started watching. I've been doing them for about 2 months. I still haven't got any of the upgrades that I wanted in terms of a better camera, better internet, overlays, just everything being better. But look, we're still plodding along nicely. If you are new, please do subscribe. The next target is 2,300 subscribers. And like I said, please do drop a like on the video as well. It massively helps. You've not missed anything yet, Magnus. All you've missed so far is my PC dying and me getting very frustrated. So you have not missed anything so far. Rafinha to Newcastle. Yeah, possibly. I could see that happening. Giroud pace or internet speed? Currently, Giroud pace. Set up a GoFundMe? No, I don't need a GoFundMe. Don't you worry. I do need a GoFundMe because I can't afford a PC, but I'm not gonna take people's money for one. PC running like Mertesacker. Exactly. Anyway, look, Arteta's press conference today ahead of the Brighton game. First, he was asked about Zinchenko and Saliba's injury statuses. Obviously, last night, I don't know if you saw, I uploaded a TikTok. We heard from David Ornstein that both Saliba and Zinchenko were out for the rest of the season. Now, the Saliba one made sense. Zinchenko, we didn't know he was going to be out for the rest of the season. And it turns out he might not be. Because when asked about it, Arteta said, we have another session tomorrow before the Brighton game. We're trying to get players back for that. Today, we haven't trained on the pitch, so we'll know more tomorrow. With Saliba, it's for sure he's not going to be fit for this game, and we doubt he'll be fit for the next game as well. But we want to keep the hope going and make sure that we give ourselves the best chance of having them back. He was then asked if this could be an opportunity for Kieran Tierney should Zinchenko be out. He said there are opportunities for everybody. In every game, they have to show that they're up for it. And to make it right, and that we make the right or wrong decisions with the lineup and give players the minutes they deserve. Well, to be fair, some players probably haven't had the minutes they deserve just yet. But yeah, I do think Tierney's going to play on Sunday. I do think he is. And it wouldn't surprise me if Zinchenko was out for the rest of the season. Like, it's only another couple of weeks. No, Ross, you didn't miss much. My PC died, which was why the stream went all wrong. And now we're back. So you didn't miss anything. But yeah, so with Zinchenko, look, I mean, it's funny, right? Because I did say one of the big pieces of praise I had for Arteta in the Newcastle game was taking off Zinchenko early because he looked like he was struggling and bringing on Kieran Tierney. And now, obviously, it turns out that might not have actually been a tactical thing that Arteta did. Actually, Zinchenko was just injured. So that's quite an interesting one. But look, it's a position that we do have backup in. So if Zinchenko is out for the season, it's frustrating, but it is what it is. He was asked about Jakub Kiwior's recent performances. He said he's been really impressive, really composed, really calm. And I think that is the biggest thing. The biggest difference between, obviously there's massive differences in terms of like their physical attributes. Kiwior's pace is huge. But actually one thing that you notice is how Jakub Kiwior constantly wants to make himself available. He constantly wants to receive the ball. And he's confident when he does, and Rob Holding isn't. And he also said he's defended in many situations and dealt with them in a great way, which is true. The latest on Aaron Ramsdale, and if there's a contract on the table for him, obviously we've been going over that the last couple of days. He said at the moment there's nothing to announce with the individual. We'll do that as a club like we always do, but it's not the moment to talk about it, which, yeah, is understandable. He was asked if talk around Ramsdale's new contract is credit to his performances. He said, yes, we're very happy with him. The way he's developed, the way he's performed, and the trajectory that he's had the last 2 seasons has been remarkable. We're really happy with him, and he's a really important player for us. So today, again, Ramsdale won save of the Premier League save of the month for the second month in a row for that save against Mohamed Salah in the Liverpool game. And I was reading a thing as well from this CIES, which is like a football observatory data-based thing. And they currently value Aaron Ramsdale at just over £70 million, which is crazy considering we bought him for 24 million less than 2 seasons ago. So massive testament to him and a good piece of business. Would you like Trossard to start for a revenge game? Ish, but I think we'll probably just start with the normal front three. I do think we'll start with the normal front three. He was asked if Arsenal would be willing to break the club record transfer fee this summer. He said the conversation now has to be Brighton and the games that we have. We're playing to win the title. We want to be fully focused on that. And the other things are distractions that we don't want to be anywhere near. So giving nothing away, but hopefully we do break the transfer record this summer. I mean, we're going to have to break the transfer record to land Declan Rice or Caicedo. So if we don't do it this summer, the summer transfer window is going to have gone wrong. He was asked if the win against Newcastle gave him renewed hope that the title race will go to the wire. He said, every time you win, every time you play well, every time you feel like you're competing at a level that's required to win the league, it gives you hope. It's not in our hands, and on Sunday, we're certainly going to need to be at our best again to try and win the game. If we win the game, we'll be a little bit closer. Of course, the Brighton game comes after the Man City-Everton game. So going into that game, obviously it will be a bit of a downbeat. If City beat Everton, it'll be a bit downbeat. But if they don't, I mean, the atmosphere at the Emirates, if City drop points, will be mega. He was asked if the Newcastle win was one of his best experiences as a manager. He said the feeling of the last game is the most recent one. It was a special one because they're a top side. They've been extremely good at home and are building something really powerful. And then he was asked a bit about Brighton, if it was going to be a challenge to play Brighton given their last result. Obviously, they got battered 5-1 at Everton last time out, and De Zerbi said that they're going to put that right against Arsenal. And Arteta said for sure they're a really complete side. The way they're playing under Roberto and the coaching staff is remarkable, and it's a joy to watch them play. Lots of praise for them. He was asked how different Sunday's match will be to the League Cup defeat earlier this season. I mean, our starting 11 will be 8 or 9 players different to that starting 11. He said we beat them away as well, so there are 2 very different games. When you look at the lineup for the league match, there were 10 changes. They were very similar games in certain moments with very different outcomes. He was asked about his respect for Brighton. He said it's incredible. They have a very clear vision. And they've been ahead of many other clubs in the way they've handled and made decisions. And there's more on that today because Dahoud apparently is joining Brighton on a free. Borussia Dortmund, German player, midfielder, has struggled with injuries, but again, feels like one of those that could be a really smart piece of business for them. It also is the sort of thing that's either them really building out depth because they know they're going to be in Europe, or they're bringing in the replacements for the players that they know they're going to sell this summer. Have you seen much of Simakan? I've heard good things, but not seen enough. I'm exactly the same as you. I've seen decent things, but I've really not seen him play. And to be fair, even before this live stream, I've not even had time to do the sort of basic research that I normally do into stats and stuff. Ramsdale rated 70 million, so Arsenal will probably get 3 Freddos and a Curly Whirly for him as a fee. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. What did I see as another? Oh, yeah. I saw Granit Xhaka. Apparently, Arsenal value Granit Xhaka at 10 mil. What are we doing? I don't. Every time I hear what Arsenal are supposedly valuing a player at, it's so far off what we should actually be. How is Xhaka 10 mil? It's insane. It's insane. Was there anything else interesting? He was asked how this season can set us up for future success. He said, I'll answer that question at the end of the season. Martin Odegaard's progress as a goal scorer this season. He said it's great. Those are the demands that he puts on himself. And he said they're the areas that have huge margins. And he's making huge steps in the right direction to become a game winner. And that's always been key for him. And then there's some waffle about mental stuff, yada yada yada. He was asked about parking contract talks and focusing on the title. He said, Where we are with each individual is different in terms of timing, but the clarity is there. We've communicated with each of them what the intentions are, and we're trying to get that done as quickly as possible, but without losing any focus. So that's decent. He's basically saying, look, they know what they're doing. Contracts that need to be in place are in place, and we're just not really announcing it yet. And then he was asked about the reports of the reports linking Granit Xhaka with a move away, and he said, "I'm not going to be replying to certain stories. I'm extremely happy with Granit. I think he's having an incredible season, probably the best he's had at the club, and we're really happy to have him." So definitely not answering anything about that. Ernie, you have not missed Guess the Gooner. No, we haven't hit Guess the Gooner yet. The stream was a bit delayed at the start because of technical difficulties. Simakan has played 15 games at centre back and 14 at right back. So that is something I had seen, and I think that very much fits the mold of what we keep looking for, right? It's Tomiyasu, it's Ben White, it's Simakan, it's players that can play as a fullback and as a centre back. Arteta loves that versatility, so it does make sense. It also isn't surprising that he plays for RB Leipzig, who are the headline contenders for Balogun. So again, similarly to Granit Xhaka and Bayer Leverkusen, where we potentially want Diaby, you're now seeing Simakan linked to a club where we could probably give them Balogun. Hello, Rory. Do you think we need a natural striker like Haaland and Victor Osimhen? To an extent, as an option, yeah, I do. And I think for me, it's Ivan Toney. Mikel is Pep, but younger. I do actually think, I know people naturally compare Pep and Mikel Arteta quite a lot, but there are some clear differences between them and their styles. But look, that's it for the press conference. I guess to be honest, he's definitely out for Brighton, and Brighton's the only game where really there's a danger that we don't win without our best players. Where is your dog? My dog's not even in the building, unfortunately. My dog has gone with my girlfriend back to her mum's for the weekend. So no dog. Sad times. Very sad times. Declan Rice, the latest on Declan Rice. As always, we pretty much have a daily Declan Rice update these days. This is coming from Ben Jacobs. He says Arsenal are looking for a midfielder and Declan Rice remains their top priority. Rice has spoken glowingly about both Arteta and Arsenal. I'm still told he prefers to stay in London too, which both Arsenal and Chelsea can use to their advantage. And then David Moyes was also asked about Declan Rice. And he said, we'd love that. We would love for him to be a West Ham player, but we're aware that that might not be the case at the end of the season. There are plans if we have Dec here, but we're also fully aware that there's a good chance we won't have him. So as good as you can get to, acknowledging that Declan Rice is definitely going to move this summer. No dog, no girlfriend, no action this weekend. There is going to be some action on a football pitch because I'm playing in the Content Creator Cup tomorrow in Derbyshire. So that's the action I'll be getting involved in. Declan Rice is not worth it. 100 million is stupid. Let Chelsea take him and ruin him. I disagree, Tom. Yeah, I think Declan Rice is fantastic, and I think he's the number one target for me this summer, 100%. Rory Masterclass? I hope so. Thank you, Memphis to pay. Thank you. So that's the latest on Declan Rice. And then, yeah, like I said, this Mohamed Simakan. So he's a French right back / he's been playing at centre back for RB Leipzig. And this is coming from Ed Aarons in The Guardian. He said he understands that Arsenal are showing strong interest in RB Leipzig's Mohamed Simakan. The 23-year-old defender signed a new contract until 2027 in December. So he does have 4 years on his contract, which is less than ideal. Simon Jordan says no player is worth 100 million. What do you think? Simon Jordan bankrupted Crystal Palace. So, his understanding of finances are to be taken with a pinch of salt. I just don't know how you can't say that no player is worth 100 million when arguably Erling Haaland is worth 100 million. Like, if Man City had paid 100 million for Erling Haaland ahead of this season, you'd still be saying that was decent value. So it just is what it is. And if players if someone like Anthony is going for 80 million, then of course players are going to have to go for over 100 million. Didn't Simon Jordan demand 100 million for Zaha years ago? It would not surprise me if he did, yeah. It would not surprise me. Would you take Mane? Probably not. Mane is one of those. There's no guarantee that he's going to come back from, this down patch that he's having at Bayern. In terms of the Brighton game, obviously 4:30 on Sunday at home. It's our toughest game for the rest of the season, right? After that, it's Forest and Wolves. So if we are going to win our final games, this is going to be the most difficult one to do it. In terms of Brighton's injuries, they've got quite a few. The standout injuries for Brighton are Solly March, which is a big one, and also Adam Webster, the defender. So they do have injury concerns of their own. And look, realistically, we should win. And I do actually think the way that Brighton play, we saw it in the away game. I think the way Brighton play actually suits us quite a lot in terms of being able to play through them. In terms of the lineup I would go for, obviously Ramsdale in goal, White at right back, Kivior right centre back, Gabriel left centre back, Tierney at left back, assuming that Zinchenko isn't there. I'd then again go for Jorginho. There's absolutely no reason to drop Jorginho based on the way he's been playing. Greetings from Nairobi, Kenya. Greetings to Nairobi, Kenya. Love the global fan base. But yeah, look, I play Jorginho. There's no reason not to. Obviously, Granit Xhaka, Ødegaard, and then I'd start with Saka, Martinelli, and Jesus again. Even though I have felt that Saka has been tired recently, I actually thought against Newcastle he didn't look as tired as he had done previously. And I just think he'll play. Truthfully, I just think he'll play. I'm good, thank you, Input. I hope you are too. Apparently, Caicedo didn't train today. Interesting. I've not seen that, but interesting if he's not. Let me have a gander. Let me have a gander. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. When was Brighton haven't played from last weekend, have they? So, I don't know. I can't see anything on Twitter, but we'll see. We'll see. How much would Simakan cost? Good question. And one that I don't actually have the answer to. I can tell you on Transfer Market, he is valued at what's he valued at here? His current market value is 28 million euros, so about 24 million pounds is his current market value. Not bad. That's a decent squad option. Saka would play with a broken leg under Arteta. Yeah, I know. Who's your favourite Brighton player? My favourite Brighton player is probably Matoma, but the one I want is Caicedo. To be fair, one thing I did want to say about Brighton players, though, and everyone's looking to raid Brighton this summer for half of their squad. The only thing I'd say is that not every Brighton transfer goes well. In fact, actually, if you look at the most recent ones, okay, Ben White to us, that worked well, and Trossard to us worked well. Yves Bissouma to Spurs has been terrible, and Cucurella to Chelsea has also been terrible. So just because they work at Brighton, it isn't a guarantee that they're going to work at Arsenal. Now, obviously, it is more likely they'll work at Arsenal than at Spurs or Chelsea because they're terrible clubs who play terrible football, and Brighton play far better football. But you do always have to be just a little bit conservative with it. So Simakan this season, yeah, he's played 15 games at right back and 14 games at centre back. So that is like perfect versatility. In his games at right back, to be fair, he is an attacking right back. He's got 3 goals and 6 assists in 15 games from right back. That's strong. That is strong. So I've not seen a whole lot of him play. I'm not going to lie to you and pretend I'm one of these people that sits and watches every European league and knows about every player. But early doors, he doesn't look like a bad option whatsoever. French Tomiyasu, versatile and good depth. Do you know what? It's funny as well, because you say French Tomiyasu. I was just looking through. He gets injured all the time. Literally, there's one point here, right, where he goes, he starts, then he misses a game with back trouble. Then he starts, then he's benched. Then he starts, then he's benched. Then he starts, then he misses a game through a bruised acromioclavicular, which sounds like a collarbone. then he starts, then he misses a game with a back injury, then he starts, then he misses a game with muscular injuries, then he's benched, then he's benched, then he starts, then he's benched. So, all in all, that is prime Tomiyasu in terms of injuries. But more recently, he has strung quite a lot of games together whilst he started. So, Leipzig medical team only uses Red Bull, it looks like, literally. Don't want more centre backs with back issues. Yeah, that is another concern, because back issues are honestly just not fun. They're really not fun. But look, we'll see what happens with Simakan. Doesn't that worry you? Yeah, it does worry me a bit. Kim Kallstrom vibes. Yeah, I think being young helps, obviously, but there we go. Look, it is time to get into Guess the Gooner, the game where I give you an ex or current Arsenal player's career path minus the Arsenal part of it. You have to guess who it is. Immense pride goes to the person that gets it correct in the YouTube chat first. And yeah, let's get stuck into it. FBL Ben won it yesterday. I don't even know if he's here today. So there could be a new crown. No retained glory for FPL Ben unless he is here. If you're if you're on TikTok, if you're watching on TikTok, head over to the YouTube chat. Rory Talks Football on YouTube. Get involved. Drop a subscription whilst you're there. We're trying to get to 2,300 subscribers. And let's get into it. So this player started at Marseille. They went to Man City, Sevilla on loan, Antalyaspor, West Ham, and Anderlecht. Marseille, Man City, Sevilla on loan, Antalyaspor, West Ham, and Anderlecht. I'll wait for someone to get it on TikTok before I reveal who it is. No one's got it on TikTok yet. Harry Bailey has got it right on TikTok. There you go. So it is Samir Nasri, and Sunix is the winner. Sunix, the clear winner. SS9 came second. Daniel Iqbal came third. Logan Doyle, I think, tried to put Nasri, but it auto-corrected to nastiest. And Daily AFC Content came fifth. There you go. Samir Nasri, it was indeed. Do you know what? The reason I put him, I was scrolling TikTok today, and I saw a Samir Nasri at Arsenal compilation. Makes me sad. It makes me sad. He was such a baller. He was such a baller. George Christodoulou missed it just too late. Autocorrect screwed me. Changed to Madrid. Oh yeah, I did wonder why you randomly put Madrid. Makes sense. But yeah, Samir Nasri. Terrible attitude. Yeah, didn't have the best attitude, but he was a baller. So took far too long to get that. Yeah, Ross, you were nowhere near today, Ross. Unlike you. Right, it's time for Guess the Non-Gooner. It is time for Guess the Non-Gooner. Before I get into that, someone's just asked, and this is a great little segue, why do you have an FC Utrecht kit? And I love this FC Utrecht kit. It's got like a stenciled out version of the map of Utrecht. It's one of my favorite like non-Arsenal shirts that I wear. And I got it from Mystery Champions. What is Mystery Champions? It's a UK-based mystery football shirt company. Very reliable, very good value. And I've now partnered with them. So now, if you go through the link in my bio on TikTok and you use the code RoryTalks at checkout, you get 10% off. Thanks to me. You get 10% off thanks to me. And you can get a kit like this. So I'll be honest, you can also get stinkers. I'm not going to pretend that you get a good kit every time. I got an FC Juarez kit that is lime green and frankly sickening. But even when I get them, I just find it fun. You can actually subscribe to like a monthly thing as well. So you just get one a month, which is what I do. And I just really enjoy it. So there you go. The link in my bio. You want to see the FC Juarez shirt? Let me get the FC. Let me get it. It's in here somewhere. I had it out for the video. Oh, here it is. Look at this. Look at that. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. You wouldn't go missing on a night out, but yeah, not a fan. But even when I get ones like that, I actually quite enjoy it. I quite enjoy getting ones like that, and I like getting them, and then I like researching the club and stuff like that. So I got one from the Turkish league, Adana Demirspor. It's not a bad shirt actually, but I started looking into the club, and suddenly I found that they've got like 5 ex-players. They've got, let me find it. Oh, I can't be bothered. But they've got They had like Balotelli playing for them, like Remy, and I just enjoy it. I just enjoy it. So there you go. If you want to get your own mystery shirts, link in my bio on TikTok. Get yourselves over there. Use Rory Talks at checkout. You get 10% off. Would you rather get a Spurs shirt or a Cedric shirt? Fortunately, they don't come with names on the back. If I opened a box and it had Cedric Suarez on the back of it, I would be pained. But I would be more pained if I got a Spurs shirt. But yeah, they're fun, man. There's that purple one I wear, the FC Sarajevo shirt. And again, the one thing I find cool as well, like I wear that FC Sarajevo shirt. It's a team in Bosnia, and I get people in the comments being like, "Oh my god, you're wearing an FC Sarajevo shirt," and they're from there, and I just find it cool. I find it cool, and I find it more. I just find it a more fun way rather than just like scrolling through football shirts and picking out one that I like. How much do they cost? It depends what you do, because if you sign up to the thing that's like, if you sign up to the thing that sends them monthly, like the monthly subscription, they are cheaper. But if you were to just get a one-off one, let me have a look, because I don't know how much you pay for the one-off one. So if you're a new customer, you can get the subscription for £35. Or you can get a normal shirt for £40. So it's actually decent. Half the time you're getting shirts for the same face value that they are anyway, and sometimes you can get them even cheaper. So, who is Simakan? Simakan is a French right back / centre back. Plays for RB Leipzig. 23 years old. Versatile defender. So he's decent. But yeah. There you go. That was a little segue about the shirt. Let's get back to Guess the Non-Gooner. This is Guess the Non-Gooner. You get pride for it. Not as much pride as if you guess the actual Gooner. So this is a player that has never played for Arsenal, doesn't currently play for Arsenal, and I give you their full career path. So this player started at Middlesbrough. They went to Sunderland on loan. They then went to Aston Villa, Liverpool, West Ham, Middlesbrough, and Blackburn. Who is the player? Middlesbrough, Sunderland on loan, Middlesbrough, Aston Villa, Liverpool, West Ham, Middlesbrough, and Blackburn. And redemption for Ross Lawman. He's pulled it back. Ross Lawman has pulled it back. It is Stuart Downing. It was not Southgate. James Bidder came second. George Christodoulou third. Daniel Iqbal fourth. And Sunix in fifth. Stuart Downing. What a player. So there you go. Congratulations to Ross. Redemption for not getting the Guess the Gooner. And a small level of pride for you. When you said Middlesbrough to Sunderland, I thought Adam Johnson. No, not Adam Johnson. If it was Adam Johnson, it would have ended with Prison FC as his final transfer. And it didn't. It ended. Where did he end? Blackburn is where he ended. So there you go. Ross has major ball knowledge. Yeah, Ross Lawman's ball knowledge is very good. It is very good. You did get Guess the Gooner. Just very late. Sure, Downing slated Arsenal Xmas time. He might have done. What's he doing with his career now? Retired. So swivel on it, I suppose. But look, that is actually going to be the end of the YouTube stream. I appreciate all of you for coming. Would we have any chance of getting Camavinga in the summer? Absolutely not. There's more chance of me lining up for Arsenal next season than Camavinga. But there you go. That's the end of the stream. I appreciate you all for turning up. I hope you have a fantastic Friday evening and weekend. I'm not going to be live tomorrow. Like I said, I'm at the Content Creator Cup. If you want to watch the live stream for that, just look it up on Twitter. I'll tweet the link out to it. I'm on Team YouTube versus Team TikTok. But other than that, have a fantastic weekend. Obviously, there will be content up on all of my channels around the Brighton game. I'll be at the game. Have a good one, and goodbye.